Introduce yourself first and just tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. So I'm Brittany. I'm from Pennsylvania, Scranton. Went to Penn State for biomedical engineering. Then went to Philadelphia, where I completed my optometry school. Moved down here to do my residency and decided I never wanted to shovel snow, so I stayed here. I opened Monocle about 9 months ago. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm very new in this spot, very new in this journey, but loving every minute.
All right. Well, welcome to Cornelius. We're glad
Thank
to
you.
have you. And why did you decide to open your own business?
It was really after residency. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do it my own way.
Mm-hmm.
So just having the independence of making my own decision and growing something that's my own really is what has pushed me to go out on my own and open my own space.
Oh, very cool. And what was it like working with us, Primoprint, on your identity and branding?
Yeah, it was an easy process probably for me, but I worked mainly with Brooke, and maybe not so easy for her.
No.
I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know colors. I didn't know styles. I had traditional versus modern. I had no idea. She was awesome, and especially in the beginning, because she designed all these different samples, and took me from ways I probably didn't even think of to a little bit more basic. And even when I was kind of stuck and nothing was really speaking to me, it was really nice how she reached out to one of her coworkers and was like, "Why don't you take a stab at it? I just want to see if Brittany responds to anything." So I really liked the group effort and how kind of it was she walked me through it, and I love my logo.
Nice.
I get compliments on it all the time, which is something I never thought I never thought about it, how important it really is. So it's been really cool.
We love it. It looks really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
I love it too.
And then what has been the biggest challenge in your career so far, would you say?
Probably doing this. This has definitely just been a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Things that I didn't think I would even expect to have to deal with. Just owning your own business, I hear that all the time. In the beginning, few months, I just kept being like, I just want to do my job. I just want to be an eye doctor. I don't even, I'm doing all this other stuff, but I think that's the beauty of this. Every day I'm learning something new, but it's this moment in my life that's probably the hardest part of my career.
Well, you're doing awesome.
Thank you.
And then would you say that you think it is harder or easier, like today, for a woman entrepreneur as opposed to like a man trying to do the same thing?
Sure. I think the best thing that since I've opened this space is the amount of support that I've received from both women and from men. In this area, there's all types of support and outreach to help anybody start their business, which is amazing. But women especially, there's you have a question, you can find a woman to raise you up, and I think that's pretty awesome that we're kind of in this point in life where we want that other person to succeed, and what that is and what that means from one person to the next is very different. So if you want to open your own business and do your own thing, that's great. But if you want to take time off and spend time with your kids, I think the support, there's less judgment, which I think is a good point that we're in right now.
And then who would you say is your greatest mentor?
Yeah, I had to think about, when people ask me this question, I always have to kind of stop and think, and who do I ask advice from the most? And it would probably be my siblings. I'm the youngest of 4. So I'm the baby, and sometimes I get a little spoiled because of it. But the 3 of them really put me in my place, which is awesome. Any life moment that I've gone through that I need advice for, they're there. They're there, emotional support, but they're also there to kind of give me the hard truth and guide me in the right way. They're all 3 are very successful in their own lives. None of them are eye doctors or optometrists, but they
business owners?
No, but they've all, started with little in their job, started from the ground up, and regardless if that's a business owner or not, they all have something to teach me and guide me with.
That's awesome. And what would you say is the best advice any of your siblings have ever given you then?
Yeah, probably stop trying to make everyone happy, because you're not going to. So people sometimes aren't gonna like you, and you just need to get over it. You can't please everyone. Being the youngest, I feel like I've always had to jump between those other three personalities and be the peacekeeper. That was my role. So being in this role and kind of having that business hat is just kind of, sometimes you just gotta step back and let it roll. If it doesn't work out that way, and if someone's unhappy because of something, as long as you did your best and you tried, and it is what it is. Just kind of let go of it.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice. And then, do you have any advice outside of kind of the own advice that you've been giving for other young entrepreneurs that are thinking about starting their own business one day, or someone that's thinking about transitioning from their current job to maybe starting their own business?
Sure. With anyone who's starting something new, you have to surround yourself with good people. People who are going to support you. For one point of it is just making sure that they are helping you in this beginning time, because there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of, what am you doing? You're not doing this right. So you need someone to raise you up. But you also need to find people that are smarter than you, that know other things, because you're not going to know anything, or you're not going to know everything, and you're not going to know what questions to ask. So you need to find people in different, points in life and different businesses, just to kind of guide you that way. Again, in this area, there's a great small business network that I just happen to fall into, and it's all different types of people, all different types of businesses. But every time I go to one of those meetings, they have me thinking, or have me, I should look into that, and maybe that'll work here. So definitely surround yourself with good, supportive people, but also people who are smarter than you.
That's great advice. And then, so where do you see, you've been open for 9 months, you said. So what is the future for Monocle, say in like 5 years from now?
I just hope that we're a staple of Cornelius, that, you think of, oh gosh, my kids need their eyes checked, where'd I go? And I'm the name that comes up, or, you trust me with taking care of your own eyes, or emergency eye care, that I'm the name you think of. I really want this to have that patient-doctor relationship where you feel that I'm there for you, and whatever you need. If it's glasses or contacts, or if it's something more significant with your vision, I want to be that person for this community, as well as introduce new technologies and techniques that, as I'm growing and learning, that I can bring to this area and just shed some new light onto what an eye exam can be and could teach you about your own health.
Right, that's amazing.